Leah here. Welcome to Fireline with Lace. Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, is a holiday largely celebrated in Mexico. It honors the spirits of deceased ancestors with food offerings, flowers, and elaborately decorated altars. Oh, and sugar skulls too. Last year, I got to go to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and I was blown away by the amazing decorations and all the artwork. So this year, I decided to step up my own sugar skull look for you guys to enjoy. It's one of my absolute favorite looks to create, so let's get started. First, we're going to start off with a primer. Go ahead and cover your entire face and pay special attention to above the eye and below the eye, where there's going to be the most color. Next, we're going to take a light concealer, which will neutralize any red tones we have in our skin to make sure that the white that we put on top is nice and consistent. Next, we're going to take a white eyeliner pencil. I like to use a white eyeliner pencil to draw on my designs beforehand because it goes on really smoothly and it can be erased really easily. It doesn't leave any black smudges. So I drew out the eye sockets first, and this also gives me a shape in which I'll put the white on my face, and I'm going to avoid my eye sockets completely because they're going to be black. And next I do the nose. Now I like to do a nice little zigzag lightning bolt shape on my nose for my Dia de los Muertos skulls. I think it's just fun and playful. It's kind of like a rocker style. And I map out where my mouth is going to go. Next I take a clown white by Ben Nye, and I have to blow dry it a little bit because it's actually really thick. And you can see I kind of just glob it on at first and with this brush, and then I'm going to go back through with this sponge and even out all the color. Next, you're going to take a black and draw out the eye sockets. Now I'm drawing black only around the edges to kind of create the shape, but the inside is going to be colored. I think it adds a little more dimension for it to be colored, and sugar skulls are colored in real life. Next, you do the nose, and this is going over with this bigger brush, just the basic outline. I'll go back in and do a little more detail in a bit. This part's really important. Make sure you get some kind of translucent face powder to set the design, and you want to make sure that the white is not sticky and completely dried before you try to go on top of it. While that's drying, I went ahead and did my eyeliner. So I did a nice little flip for cat eyes and took a black and went underneath my eyes as well. So right around my eyes, and the edges are going to be black, and then I'm going to do a color gradient in between them. So I'm going to take these cream shadows by Ben Nye, and I use these very often in my designs. They're really thick and creamy, and other stuff sticks to them, which is great for a base coat. So I'm going to put it underneath and above. Next, I'm going to take Manic Coffin Dust and apply that to my upper lid. Now be sure you have a business card or a lash card or something underneath your eye to protect it from the loose dust. And I'm going to touch up the black a little bit with some loose powder, and then go over the purple with a nice sparkly purple powder. Use a setting powder on that too. It's the same translucent powder I used before, and touch that up. And next, use the black loose powder on your nose and set that as well. Setting is really important, especially when your face is covered in makeup. I used a white eyeliner to highlight the inside of my nose, and then I use a liquid black eyeliner to do all the details. And here comes the fun part. We're going to use spider liner to do the circles around, or basically the little dots around your eye sockets. This is where it starts to get really sugar skully. There's a lot of ornate details on them, so really play around with it. So I personally like the dots a lot. So whatever colors you're using, incorporate those in the rest of your face, obviously. Ta-da! Next, we're going to take Glam glue and color in each of these circles with the Glam glue. And this is going to ensure that the loose powder we're going to put on top really sticks to it. And when you color in each of the dots, I recommend doing all the blacks, then all the purples, and all the turquoises, so that you're only dealing with one color at a time. It goes a lot faster that way. So after you finish all the dots, you're gonna set it again with a sealant spray. And this is gonna make sure, again, that it doesn't get smudged. Make sure that's dry first. And then I went back and touched it up a little bit. Moving on, we're gonna start on the mouth. You wanna make sure you get the inside a little bit just to kind of show like the gapingness of your mouth. And then I do a little snarl so I can actually see my real teeth underneath. And then I do the lines to match my real teeth. So they're gonna be pretty equal. The ones on top are gonna be a little bit bigger than the ones on bottom. Next, I did little shading in the V's. Basically just draw little V's at the top. And that is to make it, again, look a little more realistic where your gums would be. And next, I drew basically holes where your jaw would be. So if you push in on your face, you can actually feel where your cheek would be and your jaw would be open. After that, we're gonna use a loose black powder and color in the hollows of your cheeks with black. And that's basically just gonna say, I'm a skeleton. But shade that in. After that, take a black eyeliner and start drawing on your designs. I recommend drawing something out, or just sketching it on paper before you start on your face. It's a lot easier to change your design before you start. And this one, you can see it's going on, it's not that thick, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a stencil, and then I'm gonna go back over it with liquid liner. So first I'm using the spider liner here, which is a gel, and then I take this liquid with a felt tip and I go back over the swirls for a little more definition. I highly recommend having a really good liquid eyeliner. I use it in almost all of my designs, and you want one with a really nice point where you can get into tight spaces. Next, I just used some purple and some turquoise to incorporate the colors throughout the design and touched up any areas. And I did a little bit of a silver highlight in some parts, again with that Manic Panic Coffin dust, but in silver this time, on the balls of my eyes, just to make my eyes pop. And again with the loose black. Next, I took that same liquid eyeliner and I went around each of the dots, and that just helped them stand out a little better and it looked a little more finished to me. But of course, you can skip that step if it's not what you want. So go around all of those. Next, use a white eyeliner on your lower lash line to make your eyes pop, and finish the look with your favorite pair of false eyelashes. I like these ones because I think they look like little scissors. Take that loose black eyeshadow and go over your chin, the hollows of your cheeks, and your temples to really create that skull shape. Next, spray your entire face with that sealant spray. That's really gonna help it stay in place. So even if you're dancing or sweating, it should be all right, as long as you don't touch your face or give anybody Eskimo kisses.
And there you have it, alive to dead in just a few minutes. Dia de los Muertos is about celebrating death, not about fearing it. So enjoy your sugar skull makeup and party on. Let me know what you think in the thoughts below, and subscribe, por favor. Adios.